Hello people! Today we're going to be doing a set of nails I'm calling Bunnies and Flowers. Now I don't do Easter nails, but these kind of are Easter-ish, I guess. I'm going to be starting off with my tips already prepped. And then we're going to go, eventually. Okay, any day now. We're going to start polishing any minute now. This is mostly going to be Makartt polishes. Actually, technically, they pretty much all were Makartts because there's one color I'm going to switch out later. But we'll get to that later on. We'll start off with this yellow. Now, the pinky nails are going to be striped with the 3 colors and then sugared. So we're just going to do 1 coat on this one. And as you can see, I've already slop polished on my glove. Now, I thought I had sped this up to double time, but it doesn't seem to be going that quickly. And I'm trying to figure out where I was going to put what on here. Okay, that is going to be the yellow one. And moving on. Now, this blue right here, just ignore this. This is the blue that I had issues with, and I'm going to switch this out later on for a different one. But in the meantime, the blue will be going on, I believe, the ring finger. The problem I have with this polish is it's really old, so it cures, but by the time you wipe off the inhibition layer that it has, it seems like half your polish kind of comes off with it. So I don't know. I just like this color, but it will give me problems after a while, so that's going to get changed out. Next we have pink. Oh no, we don't. We have white. Now I have a white Makartt polish. I don't know why I didn't use that. This is just like my go-to white that I usually grab, so I was on autopilot again. At the middle finger we're going to have white because we're going to do a treatment on there. And we need to get this one on thin so it doesn't wrinkle. And now we're moving on to pink for the thumb. And get these done and get them in. Okay, now what I ended up doing is I flash cured that pinky nail before I'm going to go in with the other 2 colors. I don't really know why it wasn't totally necessary to do that, but nonetheless I did it anyway. You don't have to if you're careful with your polishing. Now we're ready to cure. Okay, ready for a second coat. Now, the middle finger and the pinky are not going to need any more coats because They're getting other stuff. So just the solid color ones. The pink, the yellow, and the blue. And again with the blue that we're not going to be using anyway. It's such a pretty color though. I wish it would have worked out better. And in we go to cure. Now we're ready for the middle finger, which is going to have we're going to do a wood grain treatment, which I learned from Natalie Mugridge, one of my very favorite nail artists. And we're just going to dot on the colors that we're going to use. I'm going to start with white, because I wanted to have something to lighten them up a little. And we're just going to dot on the other three colors. Now I did do this technique with a fall set with some greens and browns, and it came out like a really nice kind of woody looking. But this time we're going to try it with these other pastel colors. I just wanted to give some kind of a different background to this one, which is basically the accent now. Other than marbling, because I've been doing a lot of marbles lately. And I know y'all get tired of seeing the same things over and over. And pink. Pinky pink. And once I get this on here, to my satisfaction, it doesn't need to be like totally completely covered, because you're going to be spreading that out, and then you'll cover it. And you also don't want it to be super thick, because then you may end up with wrinkles. Okay, so we're going to need an ombre brush. Ta-da! My crazy ombre brush. It's getting a little crazy looking a minute. I just ordered a new one, so we'll see how that goes. But you're just lightly going to run your brush down through those, and they're going to kind of spread out. After every couple of swipes, you want to clean your brush off, or otherwise it's going to end up looking all muddy. But right now, I'm just going to keep gently going over it and spreading that polish so that the entire nail is fully covered. See, it's getting a little muddy. I should have wiped off there. And now I'm just trying to fill in that one spot where I can see where there's no polish. Now you could take a lint-free wipe and dab at the edges of this like we do with marble, just in case your polish has gotten real thick, or as it kind of runs down the sides, kind of pulls along the side edges. But I think I got it on here thin enough that I didn't need to do that. And once we get it all spread out, it is going to be ready to be cured, and now we have cured it. And this is Aurora Powder, which goes straight onto the polished nail after it's cured. You don't need a top coat first. Like if you were using chrome, you would need to do your top coat, then put the chrome powder, then top again. With Aurora Powder, it goes straight on the polish. And you just rub it in just like the chrome. It gives it a kind of a little bit of a pearly sheen. Now this is where I started to realize I'm going to have an issue with that blue, because there's blue in this too. It wasn't, even after wiping it to get the inhibition layer off, it just wasn't going on here very nice, and I was not happy with it. So what I ended up doing, I think, or maybe I didn't do it yet, I'm not sure. Okay, I did. I cleaned all that off of there now. Gave it a good wipe. I think this is where I decided I needed the top coat before I put the Aurora Powder on, because I saw that this was going to give me a problem. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give these guys a top coat now. Now I did notice too that after top coating and then putting the Aurora Powder on, I wasn't getting quite the same look, and I wasn't really happy with it, but I had to end up going with it on those kind of those multicolored one there. I'm going to cure that, and then we're going to go, while I'm waiting for that to cure, I decided to go ahead and get the other ones top coated because I knew the same thing was going to happen. So we're just going to do that while we're waiting. And this is a no wipe tempered top coat by Venalisa, which I'm still using at the moment. Okay, I believe that's the first one that's back out now. Oh, no, it isn't. We're still on the second one. I'm still waiting. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the Aurora Powder on these while I'm waiting. Quite frankly, I thought I cut this part out, but here it is anyway. And we're waiting and we're waiting. Sorry about that, guys. I really thought I cut this part out. I don't know what is going on lately. It seems like parts that I know I've cut out are still ending up in, and I don't know what's happening. Okay, these have been cured with the top coat now. And I'm going to go in here with the Aurora Powder. Now, if you'll notice over the top coat, you just don't get that same kind of pearly sheen. At least I don't think you do. I'm going to give it a little more, but I don't think it's going to make much difference. Also, I prefer to be doing this with no gloves on, but since I had more to go, I didn't want to take off my glove, and then I would never get it back on because you can see that my hands are all sweaty in there and it's gross. I didn't want to waste another glove just for that. Okay, now you'll see when this one gets done, now see how it kind of looks streaky? Well, wait a minute. When we get done rubbing this in, you'll see it'll look streaky kind of towards the center area where the Aurora Powder doesn't want to get on there right. See? I was really not at all happy with that. So just ignore that one. We're going to switch that out later. But the rest are all got their powder on, ready to go. And we're just going to give them a quick brush, get any of the loose powder off. Yeah, that blue one's got to go. Okay, now we're going to move on to the sugaring of the pinky nail. Now, of course, I did this in the hardest way possible. Okay, I'm going to give it a layer of top coat. And we're ready for the sugar. Now, I got this set of sugaring glitters. It was either Ali or Amazon. I don't know. I lose track. Most likely it was AliExpress. But I really like these colors, and I didn't have some of these, so I wanted to get them. And now I have them, so now I wanted to use them. So now we're going to do this with each color individually. And I'm going to do it all in one go. I'm not curing in between. You could totally cure in between each color, but I'm too lazy for that. So also, I could have made this 10 times easier if I just used my like kind of clear iridescent looking sugaring glitter, and I could have put that over the whole nail, and basically I would have got the same look at the end. But of course I did not. I have to do things the hard way. But like I said, I had these glitters and I wanted to use them. So this is what we're doing. Okay, we got the yellow. I think we're going to move on to the blue next, maybe. I'm also trying to get this thing open and get these apart without knocking any other ones over and spilling, which lately seems to be an issue for me. All right, come on, let's go here. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's pink next. And FYI, this is not the same pink glitter that I recently used on a set that had hot pink. There was a hot pink glitter that's even brighter pink than this, if you can believe it, that I got with a set of Beetles polishes. I believe it came in the, if it didn't come in the Mermaid collection from last summer, it came in the Midnight Euphoria collection, which I got a while back, which I still haven't used those colors in there, but my next set of nails for my own nails are going to be using a couple of those and some kind of teal or turquoise colored chrome. I'm excited about those. I can't wait. Anyway, moving on to this set. We're going to get the blue one here. Okay, and there we go. Now I'm just going to clean around the edges a little, and then I'm going to give it kind of a very light pat. And then that one will be ready to go in for a double cure. And now I've got them cured and we're back out, and we're just going to give them a quick brush to get any loose glitters out of there. And that's it for those. Moving on to the bunnies and the flowers now. Okay, this is the sticker set I used. I do not recommend this one. I had a lot of problems with these. Now, technically I cut out some of the issues, but I don't know if it's actually going to stay cut out or not, because the stuff I cut out seems to be coming back. I don't know what's happening. But we'll start with this middle one. Now, I'm sorry, there's going to be parts where my crazy hair is going to be on top of the screen. I tried to cut out a lot of that, but sometimes I miss some. Now, the problem I had with these are kind of thick stickers, and they have like a kind of a vinyl over the top of them. And beside the fact that they were just ripping as I was trying to get them off the sheet, sometimes the vinyl part would come off and leave the colored design part stuck on the sheet. And then a lot of the other ones were just tearing and ripping. I was having problems, so yeah, they were difficult to work with, and like I said, I don't recommend them. I probably would not buy this brand again. But I have them, and we're going to use them. Once I got them on there, they were nice, but let's see if that one comes off. Nope, see, part of that one ripped off now. Moving on to another one, and there's my crazy hair again. I have very long hair, and I just kind of crumble it up into a big wad on the top of my head, especially when it's really hot. So if you see me like leaning down like that, you're gonna see all these crazy bits of hair shooting out everywhere. Excuse me. And now it doesn't want to get off of the tweezer. I'm just going to put a few of these little yellow flowers on the top of this one. I definitely know these stickers came from Allie because I remember when I ordered them. Okay, there's the thumb. Not wanting to stay on the nail stand, but we're going to fix that. And, oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. This one is just going to have some flowers. At the top and the bottom, and then we'll be putting crystals in the middle. And then the blue. Okay, here's where I'm switching the color out on this blue one because I was just not happy with it. We're going with the Makartt blue. I don't know why I didn't just use this color in the first place, and I could have had, and I had to grab the white too. I would have had all Makartt polishes on this set, which is a rarity for me to do a whole set with the same polish. Okay, we're ready to do Aurora Powder on there. That's been cured. This is just a quick fix for these. There, that looks much better. It's all evenly on there, no streakiness now. And I'm gonna, okay, now we get this one. This one is going to just have some flowers on it. There, see? Oh, no, I got it. Yeah, I had to throw that one out. The top of the whole vinyl covering of it, like top of the stickers are vinyl, so there's like a vinyl part, and then there's underneath part where the color design is. And like I said, the vinyl part was coming off the top, and then I couldn't get the design off of the backing stuff. Okay, I think I cut out part of that because I had a bunch of issues with them breaking, trying to get them off of the paper. Now we're stuck on the tweezer again, and we're going to hit the camera at the same time with my head probably. Okay, that's it for that. And here we are so far. All the stickers are now on here. Okay, we're moving on to, now since they're kind of a thicker one than normal, I decided to go over them. Okay, now this one's definitely kept the speeded up part. I'm going over them with a layer of base coat to even them out a little because the stickers, as I said, were kind of thicker and I didn't want them sticking up too much. Plus I figured it'd be better to seal them in with a couple layers of stuff. And we'll give this a cure. Ding, now we're back, and now I'm going to go over them with their top coat. This is the Venalisa Tempered top coat, no wipe. I've almost used this up, and after this I bought a huge bottle of top coat. That's a different brand I've not used before, so it better be good. Had a lot of good reviews, so I'm hoping it's going to be good. Because I got tired of buying bottles of top coat. Seems like every other week I'm going through it so fast. So I just bought a big one that I can refill into some bottles. And there was a couple spots I wasn't happy with, but that's going to get a cure in a second. Any minute now. Okay. Cured, and here we are for crystals. Okay, we're going to use a pale yellow, light pink, and a light blue. This is the next day where I'm doing the crystals now. As you can tell by the fact that I have no gloves, and some teeny tiny little AB crystals. I figured I could manage to get this part done without slopping a bunch of stuff on myself, so I didn't put gloves on for this. But we got our gem glue. And I'm just going to do a line right across the center of this one. This is going to get like just a straight line of the crystals. I'll start with the blue one in the middle, kind of a bigger one. And then we'll go with yellow on the side, on each side, a little tiny bit smaller yellow. And then we'll go with the pinker one, pink at the next one, which is even a little bit smaller. And on the ends of each of that row, there was a hair, of course. On the very end, I'm going to stick one of those teeny tiny little AB crystals on there. Now, I thought about leaving them like that, but then I'm like, yeah, I got to go with the caviar beads to finish them out. And we're going to be using silver, my go-to. And then we're going to use this old little squiddy brush for glue. In case I need to put more glue, which I believe I did, but then we're just going to pop the little caviar beads in between all the crystals. Give it a bit of a finished look. Fill it out. I need to find some place where I can buy caviar beads like in single colors, because the last time I bought a couple of those wheels that have the 3 different colors in, and I've already gone through almost all of the tiniest silver ones in one of those wheels. What I need is a big jar of just silver ones, since I use those the most. But I couldn't find them when I was looking last time. All I could find were the combo wheels. So if anybody knows of a source where I could get just a whole jar of just plain silver, the tiniest silver ones, let me know in the comments. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay, I'm just going to make sure I've got them all seated in there where I want them. We're going to get everything moved around where we want it to be. And that will be ready to go in for a cure. Although I think I just put them on the rack. I think I cured everything at the same time. Okay, now on this one, we're going to put a stripe of bead crystals across the top and one across the bottom. Now, in hindsight, I'm wishing that I had curved these lines, like made the bottom one curve up and the top one curve down, so they're kind of roundy looking, like around the bunny. I think that would have looked a little nicer than having them be straight. But I didn't think of that until I was pretty much done, so it was too late by then. But doing these again, I think that's the way I would do them. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing as I did on the other one. Starting with the blues, then the yellows. Now I had a problem with the yellow. I got the first one on, and then I think the one I got after that. One of these in here somewhere was bigger than it should have been, so I had to take it off. Yeah, I think it was in there. Okay, and now we're moving around because I had a lot of glue. And then the pink ones go on. Now on the bottom part of this nail, there was no room to do the tiny ABs, but I did put them on the top stripe. I was able to get enough room on the top. This particular set sized out as a large, so that's why they're a little wider than they might otherwise be. Like if I were doing these on my own nails, there's no way I could fit that many across. And I'm just going to carry on putting these on, and then we'll get the caviar beads on there with them. I'm just going to let you guys watch the rest of this crystal part. And the caviar beads going on. Some of these guys will be in a little bit of a pill. And onto the bottom with some more glue where we can get the rest of them in there. I did put a caviar bead at the end of the bottom row because I was able to squeeze those in. It just wasn't quite big enough for those tiny ABs to go on there. I probably didn't even need to use those, but originally I was going to do something else on the blue nail with them, but I changed my mind. This was kind of one of those sets where things evolved along the way. I had pulled out a whole slew of different stuff I was thinking of using on these, and I ended up not even using half of it, even though it seems like there's a lot of things going on here. That's generally how I do designs. I pull out everything I think I might want to use on there, and then as I'm doing them, I edit out. Or often the design may change as I'm going. Okay, that one's ready to cure. And then on the blue one, we are going to put a bow. Now I got this box of these little kind of AB bows and flowers. Now the flowers aren't AB, they're kind of like just a frosty color. But the bows are mostly all this kind of AB. So I thought they would look kind of cute on these blue ones. I've been on a bit of a bow kick lately. I was trying to decide which one I like better, and I like that floppier looking one better. These definitely came from AliExpress because I got them not all that long ago. We're going to put a decent glob of glue on there. Get this flipped over the right way. I'm happy to report now, about a week later, my bows are still on my cat nails, the current nails that you see me wearing there. Haven't lost any of them yet. They seem to be on there pretty good, so. And I've been outside last weekend I did a bunch of gardening outside, with most of the time with no gloves on, digging around the dirt and stuff, and everything stayed on perfectly fine. Although I do still have a sticker in my finger I haven't gotten out. Now, after those have been cured, I went back in with a tiny bit more of the gem glue, and I went underneath the bows and just put a little bit more of the glue around there, just to give them a little bit more support and help them stay on better. And then we'll cure that again, and here they are. I also did go through with the final top coat to clean up my gluey areas. But if you like my bunny and flower nails, please give me a like, and if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.